Last month, Rahul, a brilliant project manager at a top Bangalore tech firm, was passed over for the promotion for the third time. Despite his technical expertise, his communication style was silently sabotaging his career. Today, I'll share what transformed his situation in just 30 days. By the end of this video, you will discover if you are unknowingly making these same mistakes, understand exactly how they're limiting your growth, and master practical techniques to transform your communication style. Whether you're preparing for the next performance review, leading a team meeting, or positioning yourself for promotion, these insights will give you the competitive edge you need. Let's dive in. But first, let me ask you something very important. Have you ever wondered how to recover if you already made these mistakes with important stakeholders? It's a question I hear constantly in my corporate workshops. Here's the truth. Damage control starts with self-awareness. Research from Tata Management Training Center shows that 86% of executives are willing to forgive communication missteps when they're acknowledged and corrected. Remember when I mentioned Rahul? His turnaround began when he directly approached his manager saying, and I quote, "I realize my communication style in meetings hasn't been as effective as it could be. I'm working to improve it." This simple acknowledgement changed how his efforts were perceived, and now let's examine the 5 mistakes themselves. Have you noticed how most respected leaders in your organization listen more than speak? That's not coincidental, it's strategic. Let me share what happened when Priya, a senior manager at FMCG giant in Mumbai, realized that she is an intruder or interrupter. Priya was known for her brilliant ideas, but the team members stopped contributing in meetings. During our coaching, we discovered that she interrupted colleagues on an average of 12 times per hour, often without realizing it. We implemented the 3-second rule, waiting 3 full seconds after someone stops speaking before she responds. Within 2 weeks, her team members' participation increased by 60%, and previously quiet team members began sharing innovative solutions. To the point where one junior colleague later told her that this is the first time I've felt truly heard in my 3 years here. So what's the solution? To overcome the interruption habit, try these 3 techniques. The first is called as the notepad method. Jot down your thoughts instead of voicing it immediately. The second is the 3-second rule, which is count silently before responding. And the third is the confirmation question. Ask, is there anything else you would like to add before sharing your perspective? Remember, in Indian workplace culture, interrupting can be perceived as particularly disrespectful toward your senior colleagues or clients. Your restraint demonstrates both emotional intelligence and culture awareness. The most expensive words in business communication aren't fancy jargon. They are, "I thought you understood." Let me tell you about Vijay, who learned this lesson the hard way. Vijay, a project director at a leading IT service firm in Hyderabad, once sent a brief email to his team saying, "Please implement the changes we discussed." He assumed everyone remembered the specifics from the meeting. 3 weeks and 15 lakhs in the rework later, he discovered each team member had interpreted the changes differently. Now Vijay uses what I call the triple C approach. Clear, concise, confirmed. He follows every discussion with a documented summary of exactly what was agreed upon, who is responsible, by when. His project delivery significantly and efficiently has improved by 40% in just 6 months. So what's the solution? To avoid the assumption trap, implement these techniques. The triple C approach: clear instructions, concisely delivered, and confirmation received. The specificity checklist is who, what, when, where, why, and how for every important communication. And the third is the echo method. Ask listeners to repeat back the key instructions in their own words. In the Indian corporate context, hierarchical relationships sometimes prevent team members from admitting confusion. By taking responsibility for confirmation, you remove this barrier to an effective communication or an execution. In today's information-saturated workplace, your ability to concise isn't just appreciated, it's career currency. Consider what happened with Arun, whose presentations were known as information tsunamis. Arun, a brilliant analyst at a consulting firm in Delhi and compassionate about thoroughness. His presentations include every possible data point, usually across 40 dense slides. During a critical client meeting, the CEO stopped him in midway saying, "I'm not sure what you're asking us to do here." It was a wake-up call. I worked with him. We developed the pyramid principle for his communication, starting with the conclusion, followed by the key supporting points with details available only if requested. His next presentation was just 7 slides. The result? Well, the client approved his proposal on the spot, and Arun was asked to lead similar presentations for other accounts. So the solution? Well, to avoid information overload, master these techniques. The pyramid principle. Start with the conclusion, then supporting evidence. The 3x3 rule. Limit yourself to 3 main points with 3 supporting elements each. And the exec summary method. Provide 1 paragraph overview before detailed explanation. This approach respects the time constraints of Indian execs who often juggle multiple priorities across different business units and geography. You have now discovered 3 of the 5 limiting communication mistakes. But what about the other 2? In my experience coaching execs across Indian corporation, it's these final 2 mistakes that often separate those who stay in the middle management from those who rise to leadership. Ready to master your professional communication and accelerate your career trajectory? Click the link in the description to access my free masterclass on the communication code, speaking the language of corporate success. You'll also receive a communication mistake self-assessment tool to identify your specific improvement areas. And if you found value in today's video, remember your colleagues are likely making these same mistakes. Share these videos to them and help them create an effective communication in your organization. Hit subscribe and the notification bell to ensure don't miss the next week's video on how to command respect in virtual meeting. Until then, this is Amit Khanna from the Corporate Circus, helping you navigate the corporate jungle with confidence and skill. Remember to download the communication mistake self-assessment. Practice the 3-second rule in your next meetings. Implement the 3C approach for your next important project briefing. Would you like to? That's the end.